What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title, I will be discussing the benefits of solitude, right? And normally before I get into what I want to share with y'all, I do shout out Black owned business, but unfortunately I do not have a Black owned business to shout out this particular video, but I will have one next video. So yeah. But like I said, we are going to discuss, I'm going to discuss solitude with y'all and the benefits of it. But I don't want y'all to think of solitude as anything negative. It can be very impactful and it can be very beneficial to people. And the only reason why that I'm sharing this topic is because I've experienced it before, and I feel like it's best to do that, And I even went as far as finding articles, the facts all around solitude, just so just to find like just good information in general, and just for not to just get y'all to like change y'all perspective, but just to like know in the back of y'all mind that there are other perspectives out there other than the one that you've been conditioned to believe in, right? And first and foremost, when you think of solitude, like what do you think? Like when I think of solitude, I used to think of like isolation and loneliness until I actually researched the definition and saw that okay, like I can honestly benefit from this rather than it be something negative that occur like in my life. So also, do you think is a choice, and do you think something has to happen in order for people to choose to be in solitude? I don't think so, but it could be both. Like if you think it's a choice, or do you think something should have to happen in order for you to fall into solitude? I think it could be both depending on what the situation is. I'm gonna get more into it to tell you why it's not anything negative. You don't have to think anything negative about it. But I looked up the actual Oxford's definition, and it reads as follows: solitude is a state or situation of being alone. And another definition is being in an uninhabited place.
I
I hope
hope
I
I
said that
said the
word
word
right.
right. You didn't have uninhabited.
Uninhabited. I don't, whichever one. Uninhabited. But an article from Psychology Today, they wrote about solitude. They had like an entire page on it, so I was just reading it and just taking out what I thought would be good for this video or whatever. And they talked about solitude and the benefits of it and the effects of it as well. And I would say the most interesting thing that I read in that whole article, it was at the very top of the article, and it was interesting in like its entirety, but what I loved the most about it was like a particular statement, and it read: loneliness is marked by a sense of isolation. Solitude, on the other hand, is a state of being alone without being lonely and can lead to self-awareness. And it just sparked like something in me. I was always looking at solitude as something being negative, when this whole time it is actually something positive. I just have to change my perspective on it in general and actually experience it. You know what I'm saying? In this article, it was posted in 2003, and it was posted by Hara Morano. And in the article, it also mentioned the feeling of being overloaded with the world and everything in it, and how solitude can initially be the answer to if you're feeling that way. And I honestly agree, because it's factual. Like for one, because also throughout the article they were saying how they did different studies on people and their entire experience around solitude. Honestly, what I got out of that whole article was that it just feels good being able to enjoy your own company without needing other people around. Like it's always good to have people around, but sometimes it's okay to take a step back and be like, okay, especially if you know who you are and you understand who you are as a person. I don't think solitude should be looked as negative. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can enjoy your own company, right? And it's not even in a way to stay in solitude, because that's your choice whether you want to or not. It's just to reflect on who you are, what's going on in your life currently, and just reflecting on the present moment, not the past, not the future, not none of that, but just the present moment, right? But you don't even have to dwell on it too much. Like, just live at the end of the day. And I feel like solitude does help with that. It honestly, it just reminds yourself of who you are, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Without having the perception of the outside world, if you get what I'm saying. I'm just real passionate about this because it's a lot of things that we were conditioned into believing that it was negative, and it really doesn't even have to be if you just change your perspective on it and actually research what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I take everything as a learning experience anyway, so it's always good to have that mindset anyway, for me anyway. And it was another quote from the article that I really loved, and it was, solitude is refreshing and it's an opportunity to renew ourselves. In other words, it replenishes us. It just gives, like, it just quenches your thirst, you know what I'm saying, for understanding and finding out who you are, even on a deeper level. Because if you know self, you love self, you understand self, you have self-confidence as well, right? And solitude, it just gives people the ability to figure out who they are, like I said again. And sometimes people who are that, like, conditioned to believe that solitude is just isolation and you're lonely and you just don't want to be around people because of what you have going on. It's just those same people don't know who they are outside of somebody else's perception of them, or they don't even know who they are by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, not to even criticize them, because that's okay. It's not like solitude can't be learned or even practiced. So that's another thing. And solitude, it also allows you to no longer live in fear. And it's honestly, it's too many fear-based foundations in this world that a lot of people are influenced by and can't even be themselves without them assuming that others will think negatively of them. And that is okay too. I'm not here to criticize, judge, or nothing, because everything can be a learning experience. Like solitude, it can be learned, it can be practiced. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not influencing anything. I'm just sharing what I'm passionate about. I'm just creating, you know, content based around what I'm passionate about and what I like to talk about. So, because like I said, I'm not influencing anything, because at the end of the day, everybody knows who they are. Everybody should know who they are deep down. But I can suggest and I can give facts that are scientific and have been proven to work if practiced. I'm even stuttering because I really want to get my point across, and I'm just so passionate about this topic. Okay. I don't know why my computer is always doing this junk. It's probably because I got so much stuff on here. BRB. Anywho, so I know y'all probably thinking like, oh, she just want us to sit in the house and watch TV all day and just go to work and come home and just mind our business, and that's okay too.
Here to change how you feel.
Right.
Because you feel how you feel, and you feel how you feel because you feel how you feel.
Dude, that's your choice if you want to do that, but you do not have to sit in the house and you do not have to watch TV all day. Like I said, that is your choice, but you can pick up a few hobbies to get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Create content. You can write. You can journal. You can, you know, take a walk or whatever. But just enjoy yourself while you do these things, because there will be a time when solitude is necessary. Like, for real, there will be a time when you have to step back and reflect on you and you only. And it's sad to say that, you know, like some people, not even like, I'm just speaking like in general, but they, you know, if you choose to operate in solitude just for a minute, you know, just also observe and see the interactions that you have with people from that standpoint alone, because I feel like being in solitude is also like another way of setting a boundary with like the people that you love or the people that you say you love, because if they actually respected you or care, you know what I'm saying, enough to see why you want to step back and reflect on you, then they would just understand that, you know, and they would just understand your choices, right? And I was talking about this in the chit chat video, and this is like another chit chat video too, but in the video I was talking about, the chit chat video, I was talking about how, you know, sometimes people will scatter when you understand your own flaws and they can no longer point out anything at all. And it's just, the whole point of this video is just know and understand that solitude is important, so you don't even notice when no one is around if something like that happens. You know what I'm saying? It makes you embrace peace even more. And when you have a peaceful mindset and a peaceful space, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, and when it comes to relationships and solitude, it's helpful to spend time alone from people you love. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just romantic relationships, it's platonic relationships too, as well as family relationships. It's replenishing, and you can sit back, reflect on your day, not even reflecting on your day, because sometimes if you had a bad day and you're reflecting on it, it can just keep you in a certain mindset. But if you just sit back and you just enjoy that moment, that's all solitude is about. It's just sitting back and enjoying that moment and enjoying you know what I'm saying, without needing company. And I feel like platonic relationships, they need some type of solitude too. And like I said earlier, it's almost like a challenge for you to sit back and observe and to see who will respect that decision and who won't. And off rip, get rid of the ones who do not respect that decision, because it shows that, you know what I'm saying, if they actually care about your well-being, for one, or would they rather see you suffer? You know what I'm saying? And they understand that, they respect that, and you know what I'm saying, those type of people that you should keep around, not the people that just bicker back at you trying to see why this or why that. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that person, you know, like I said. And it's just real peaceful at the end of the day. That is it for this video. I thought I had a little more, because I was really getting into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm throwing my hands, you know what I'm saying? I was really getting into it, but that is the end of the video. I thank y'all for tuning in, and make sure y'all do like the video, comment if you like, and subscribe as well, and drop some black-owned businesses in the comments if you like to do that as well. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.